Welcome back. Still here in Bonifay, Florida, in Holmes County, here at the farm. As we've mentioned several times, it's an acronym for Faith-Based Addiction Regeneration Ministry. Is that correct, Frank?
That's correct.
Here right now with Frank McKeithen, Sheriff of Bay County, Florida. Frank, you just enjoyed a good meal, more importantly some fellowship and some compelling stories about why this facility should exist and why it will succeed. In a short nutshell, talk a little bit about what we're doing here today and what this facility is all about.
Well, I think we have finally came to the conclusion that everything else is not working. So I think with a little common sense and a little different approach that we're looking at things that do work, such as the farm, some of the programs they're offering, some of the things they're trying to do. They talk about Dunkling. I do know that Dunkling is a program that works, and they're following that program somewhat, and we're putting God into the mixture, which I think is something that we've left out way too many times, and you know, in our country is just, I think it's affecting our whole country, the fact that we're leaving God out. And without God, you know, we're doomed, I think. And I think part of this program is certainly injecting God back into people's lives and teaching or telling or letting folks remember how life was before drugs. I think that's the regeneration part of it, because everybody didn't start out being addicted to drugs. So I think it's probably the most awesome thing I've been involved in a long time. I'm excited about it. All the sheriffs that I've talked to are excited about it, and we're willing to give anything a chance that may help someone, some family, or our community.
We had the fortune of attending about 2.5, 3 years ago at Al Gettler's business in Chipley, what was the inaugural meeting of this group of people. You had more of the sheriffs in the district attend today. It's become viral, it's become infectious. People are seeing what's going on. Every time somebody comes as a first-timer, the next time they come, they certainly have more buy-in, and they recognize the value. The exciting thing is to see people like Jeremiah Gwynn, who is the feet on the ground guy here. He's the director of the program. He's been through the program. Jeep Sullivan just gave his testimony. He's another one that in his younger days took advantage of this kind of an opportunity, a second chance, if you will. You got to feel good about it after years of putting people in jail, to know that there's an opportunity, but more importantly, only to those who want it. And Jeremiah points that out. I had the fortune of talking to him. He was pre-qualifying, vetting some guys, if you will, and told a guy on the phone in my presence, "You're not ready for this. It's tough love. It's tough, but it works. We've seen it work. You got to be excited, at least in this area, that we can have something like this."
Well, you're absolutely right, and sometimes in order for something to work, you have to have been there, done that. I mean, you don't call a plumber that just started yesterday to come fix your major leak in your house. You call someone that's been a plumber for a while, and he's tried things that worked, he tried things that didn't work. Same thing with a program. You have people in this program that were absolutely good people. They got sidetracked with an addiction. They got back on track. Some of them might have slipped, but they came back, and because of the program, because of God, because of themselves, because of their families, they're here. There's a mission for them, and we are just so pleased to see a different way of doing something, and we're betting on it right now, I can tell you. We're excited.
Pastor Shelley Chandler from First Baptist in Bonifay pointed out that if he were in law enforcement, he'd be letting everybody go. You pointed out in your testimony inside that you spent a lot of years putting people in jail and really never considered that there was an alternative. There's that place in between, and that's where we've arrived now when you've got guys like Jeremiah and the other people that have been through this program. Again, you're excited. I know all of you guys are. Now there is an alternative for those who want it, those who prove that they can foot the bill, if you will. What's great about this from the taxpayer's point of view is that there is no taxpayer cost to this. Somebody pointed out it takes $25,000 a year to incarcerate somebody. Right now, 1% of the American population is in jail. The United States accounts for 5% of the population of the world, but 25% of the people that are incarcerated in the world. Those are daunting statistics. This is great stuff.
They're daunting statistics, but I will say there are still people who need to be in jail. There's people selling the drugs. There's people committing crimes every day. But there is a number of people who are addicted that need help, and we haven't been giving them the proper help. We've been too focused on sending them to jail, getting them out of our hair. That way they're not our responsibility, just send them to jail. But, again, this, to me, is refreshing to see something that I believe in, and we have to believe in something. So I'm in it 100%.
As people, if we don't believe in people, and we're not willing to give people that chance to prove themselves as people, in this case regenerated sometimes, shame on us.
Shame on us. We all deserve second chances. We even deserve third chances. But we have to take a chance on our people. We have to do something new, something different, because the old way is not working.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for your passion. You can barely talk about this without getting emotional. That says it all.
Yeah, it does. And again, I'm in it for the duration.
You mentioned you were touched in your family. You have buy-in. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Here right now in Bonifay, Florida, at the farm, right now with Frank McKeithen, Bay County Sheriff. This is a compelling story. This is a compelling day. We're all pretty excited. We're going to revisit this story over time and let you know what happens. We'll be right back.